Hi loves, happy Friday. So yesterday we started learning how to add and subtract fractions using the four-square strategy. Today we're going to continue using the four-square strategy, but we're going to be looking at how we can also use mixed numbers in this same strategy. As always, please make sure that you're following and completing all 4 steps of your assignment. Remember, you need to always do the skill practice before your exit ticket. And we'll also be going through all 4 steps during our Google Chat today. Today in Google Chat, I'll also be announcing who our Amazon winner for the week is. Remember, you get points by participating, completing assignments, and getting your exit ticket right. So today, our first winner will get to choose an Amazon prize, and I'll have that sent to your house for next week, which is an awesome idea that I stole from Miss Jeannie, but I'm really excited to start doing. All right, so let's jump into today's lesson. All right, love. So today we are continuing to work with our four-square strategy. Today we're going to be looking at mixed numbers. So we're going to start with 1 1/3 plus 1/2. Now we're going to go ahead and set up our 4 squares. Now this time in that first square, we're going to convert our mixed number into an improper fraction. So we know that 1 is the same thing as 3/3, which means that my total fraction here is 4/3. So I'm going to rewrite 1 1/3 as 4/3 plus 1/2. So when we rewrite our problem in that first box, we can rewrite by getting rid of our mixed number. And then we're going to complete the rest of the boxes the same way. Second box, I'm going to list my multiples of my denominators. I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And then we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And remember, in this box, we're looking for what's called the LCM, or you might hear that called the LCD. That just means least common multiple or least common denominator. So we're looking for the number that 2 and 3 have in common, and we want the smallest number, so that's going to be 6. So that means that 6 is going to be our new denominator. So we're going to jump to box 3. We're converting 4/3 into 6, and we're converting 1/2 into 6. So here we're looking at how do we get from 3 to 6. Remember, you can always jump back to your multiples if you need to, and it took 2 groups of 3 to get to 6, so I multiplied by 2. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. 3 times 2 gave me 6. 4 times 2 gives me 8. 4/3 is equivalent to 8/6. Now we're moving over to 1/2. To get from 2 to 6, I'm going to multiply by 3. Whatever I do to the bottom, I need to do to the top. 1 times 3 gives me 3. 1/2 is equivalent to 3/6. Now in our last box, we're going to rewrite using our new fractions. So I have 8/6 plus 3/6 is going to give me 11/6. And that's our final answer, which we can simplify into 1 5/6. All right, let's try another problem. All right, we're going to try 2 1/4 plus 2/3. Let's go ahead and draw our 4 boxes. All right, remember in this first box, we're going to rewrite our mixed number into an improper fraction. I can do that by thinking of 2 as 4/4 and another 4/4. That means I have 2 wholes. So that's going to give me 4/4 plus another 4/4 would be 8/4 plus another 1/4 is going to give me 9/4. So I'm going to rewrite 2 1/4 as 9/4 plus 2/3. Moving into box number 2, I'm listing my multiples of my denominator. Here we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Taking a look at that least common multiple or that least common denominator. And I can see that my least common multiple is 12. So 12 will be our new denominator. Box 3, remember we're creating our new equivalent fractions. 9/4. I need to convert that into 12ths. And 2/3. I also need to convert into 12ths. All right, thinking about how do we get from 4 to 12. I know I'm multiplying by 3. Whatever I do to the bottom, I need to do to the top. 9/4 is equivalent to 27/12. To convert 2/3 into 12, thinking about how do we get from 3 to 12, we're going to multiply by 4. 2 times 4 equals 8. 2/3 is equivalent to 8/12. Now I'm ready to rewrite my problem. 27/12 plus 8/12 equals, denominator stays the same with 12ths, and that's going to give me 35/12. We could rewrite that as 2 wholes and 11/12. All right, let's try a subtraction problem. All right, we have 1 2/5 minus 1/3. Setting up our 4 squares. All right, now let's rewrite this mixed number. If I have 1 whole, that's the same thing as 5/5. 5/5 plus 2/5 is going to give me 7/5 minus 1/3. Listing my multiples of my denominator, so I have 5. It's going to give me 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I have 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And my least common multiple or my least common denominator is going to be 15. So that's going to be our new denominator. All right, so I'm converting 7/5 into 15ths. Thinking about how do we get from 5 to 15, I'm multiplying by 3. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. 7 times 3 is going to give me 21. Then I'm converting 1/3 into 15ths. 3 times 5 gives me 15. 1 times 5 gives me 5. Remember, we are subtracting, so we want to make sure that we keep our fractions in the same order. So I'm starting with 21/15, taking away 5/15. My denominator is going to stay 15. 21 minus 5 is going to give me 16/15, which would be the same thing as 1 1/15. All right, loves, so now that we've reviewed how to use a 4-square strategy with mixed numbers, now you're going to go on iExcel and you're going to practice adding and subtracting, but this time you're going to use the 4-square strategy, and I'll see you in Google Chat.